In the opening scene of the movie, we find ourselves in the midst of a chaotic shootout on a bridge in Bangladesh. Our main character, Tyler Rake, is fighting for his life as bullets rain down on him. Despite being wounded and covered in blood, Tyler's thoughts drift to a happier moment, a child playing blissfully on the beach. But let's rewind a few days earlier. Ovi, the son of a powerful crime boss in India, decides to have some fun with his friends after school. This doesn't sit well with Saju, Ovi's head of security, who knows the dangers that lurk around him because of his background. Ignoring the risks, Ovi sneaks out of his heavily guarded home to hang out at a nightclub with his friends. Things take a horrifying turn when Ovi's friend is fatally shot by police, and Ovi himself is abducted. The mastermind behind this abduction is Amir Asif, a rival drug lord in Bangladesh who has a score to settle with Ovi's father. Upon hearing the news, Saju wastes no time in informing Ovi's father, who is serving time in a Mumbai prison. Ovi's father, consumed by anger, issues a dire threat to Saju. If Ovi isn't safely returned, Saju's own son will pay the price. Back home, Saju is overwhelmed with worry, knowing he lacks the resources to pay for Ovi's release. With his father in prison and their assets frozen, money isn't an option. Desperate for a solution, Saju devises a risky plan. He'll hire a team of mercenaries to rescue Ovi, despite the hefty price tag. Meanwhile, in Australia, we meet Tyler Rake, a skilled mercenary. We see him leaping from a towering cliff into the water below, demonstrating his physical prowess and endurance. Back at his home, Tyler is approached by Nick, a fellow mercenary, who recruits him for a mission to rescue the son of a crime lord. Despite the dangers ahead, Tyler agrees to join the mission. The next morning, Tyler gathers with the rest of the team to strategize the rescue plan for Ovi. Arriving in Dhaka, Bangladesh, Tyler makes contact with the kidnappers holding Ovi. A truck promptly arrives to transport him to the location where Ovi is being held captive. Upon meeting the kidnappers, they immediately demand ransom. But Tyler insists on proof of Ovi's well-being first. Despite facing threats, including a gun pointed at his head, Tyler remains unfazed. Eventually, the leader relents and allows Tyler to see Ovi, who is bound in a nearby room. With confirmation that Ovi is alive, Tyler bides his time for the right moment to strike. As the kidnappers blindfold Tyler and lead him to another room, a sniper allied with Tyler's team takes out one of the kidnappers, providing Tyler the opportunity to break free and rescue Ovi without paying the ransom. With swift and decisive action, Tyler subdues the kidnappers and swiftly evacuates Ovi from the building. Meanwhile, in another part of the city, a group of street kids finds themselves in trouble, accused of stealing from the gang leader, Amir. The situation turns brutal, as one of Amir's henchmen throws a child off a rooftop without hesitation. Just as another child faces the same fate, a boy named Farhad steps in, claiming the thrown child as the thief. Amir takes notice of Farhad's quick thinking and rewards him with a knife, instructing him to punish the thief by chopping off 2 fingers. While Farhad hesitates with the knife, news arrives that the kidnappers have lost Ovi. Amir, enraged by the failure, orders a citywide lockdown and sets up checkpoints on all bridges to find Ovi. As a powerful figure in Dhaka with influence over the police, his orders are swiftly carried out. Meanwhile, Tyler ensures Ovi's safety by taking him to a designated meeting point, outfitting him with a bulletproof vest, and preparing weapons for their journey. As Nick and the team gear up to escort Tyler and Ovi to safety, they realize something's amiss when their attempts to contact the rest of the team go unanswered. Panic sets in as they discover they've been double-crossed. Nick alerts Tyler to the danger, spotting Saju tailing them. It becomes clear that Saju orchestrated the betrayal. His plan, after Tyler rescues Ovi, Saju intends to eliminate Tyler and his team, taking credit for the rescue himself. Tyler and Ovi narrowly escape Saju's pursuit by fleeing in a car, but their troubles are far from over as they find themselves surrounded by Amir's corrupt police force. In a display of his prowess, Tyler swiftly neutralizes the police threat, only to find himself face to face with Saju in a fierce hand-to-hand showdown. Their fight is interrupted when a car crashes into Tyler, leaving him vulnerable on the ground. Just as Saju moves in for the kill, he spots Ovi being apprehended by the police and shifts his focus. Seizing the opportunity, Saju takes Ovi captive, intending to flee. But Tyler isn't finished yet. In a daring move, he strikes Saju with a truck, turning the tables on the would-be kidnapper. With police in hot pursuit, Tyler urges Ovi to join him in the car, and they speed off, the sirens blaring behind them. Under a bridge, Tyler makes a split-second decision, leaping out with Ovi and blending into the bustling crowd, momentarily evading both Saju and the law. Finding a momentary refuge, Tyler contacts Nick, who delivers a harsh truth. Saju was behind their mission, and they've all been duped. She urges Tyler to abandon Ovi now that the contract is void, and arranges a helicopter for his extraction to safety. But Tyler refuses, haunted by memories of his own lost son. Meanwhile, Saju, desperate, calls his wife, instructing her to flee with their son if he fails to retrieve Ovi. As night falls, Tyler and Ovi make their move toward the waiting helicopter. But they're ambushed by Amir's thugs, who prove no match for Tyler's skills. However, the commotion alerts the police, forcing Tyler and Ovi into a frantic flight, seeking refuge in a nearby sewage drain. Once again safe, Tyler contacts Nick, arranging for Gaspar, a retired ally, to come to their aid. Back at Gaspar's sanctuary, Tyler and Ovi find temporary safety. In a moment of vulnerability, Tyler opens up about his painful past, his son's battle with lymphoma, and his own absence during the final moments. The guilt and grief have haunted him ever since, making him fiercely protective of Ovi, who echoes his lost child. When Ovi drifts off to sleep, Tyler confronts Gaspar downstairs, only to discover his friend's betrayal. Gaspar offers Tyler a grim ultimatum: abandon Ovi and receive a hefty sum, ensuring their safety. But Tyler's conscience won't allow it. Their disagreement escalates into a violent struggle, culminating in a shocking turn when Ovi, armed with a gun, intervenes, fatally shooting Gaspar. In a desperate bid for safety, Tyler reaches out to Saju, forging an unlikely alliance to protect Ovi and facilitate his escape from Dhaka. Together, they devise a plan. Tyler will draw the police away, giving Saju and Ovi a chance to slip past the checkpoints undetected. On the other side of the bridge, Nick and the former teammates await to escort Tyler, Ovi, and Saju back to safety in India. But the journey across proves perilous as Ovi attracts police attention, leading to a frantic chase. Despite Saju's efforts to shield him, tragedy strikes when he's fatally shot by the police chief, swiftly avenged by Nick. Tyler, already wounded from the earlier confrontation, valiantly struggles to protect Ovi, urging him towards the awaiting team. With Ovi safely in Nick's care, Tyler pushes himself onward, but a bullet grazes his neck, halting his advance. Relieved that Ovi is out of harm's way, Tyler succumbs to the river below, his fate uncertain. The story fast-forwards 8 months later. Nick tracks down and eliminates Amir in a restroom. Meanwhile, Ovi returns to his life in Mumbai, finding solace in the familiar routine of school. In a poignant final scene, Ovi emulates Tyler's actions, diving into a pool and practicing holding his breath. As he resurfaces, a distant figure watches on, hinting at the enduring legacy of Tyler's sacrifice.